Well, hello YouTubers. Well, I figured I'd do a little project here. These are some aftermarket mirrors that I picked up, and they have the light for the turn signal in the mirror, which is pretty cool, or you can leave it on all the time. It's however you want to wire it. And here's the box, and I got it fairly reasonable online, less than $60, and some of these I've seen even cheaper than that. And they give you the mirrors, and you get these little transformer things here that you kind of glue on the side of the door, and they give you a little sticky pad for that. And they give you lots and lots of wire. And let me give you a look at the mirror. There's the back of it, and you can get bolts and nuts and all that for it. And this one here is for a Dodge Neon. Now, if you have power windows, they make them for power windows and all that, but since my car was manual windows, I just picked up a set of manual mirrors for that. And the reason I did, well, let me show you this other connector here. There's a connector here that you connect this guy here into, and kind of connects in like that. And you can wire it any way you want, tie it into your fuse box or tie it into your light on the front of your car, one of your turn signal lights and all that. Now, the reason I bought this is, let me just take you out here real quick, and my passenger door's just fine. The mirror's fine, but the other side, it got broke. A deer hit the side of the car, and just enough to break the mirror, and it's, as you can see, it's really loose. And this piece, yeah, I almost ran somebody off the road because I couldn't see where I was at, so that really had me kind of upset, so I figured I'd just go ahead and replace the mirror. Now, I could have went out and just bought another factory mirror for 40-50 bucks, but for the price of two mirrors, you know, with the amber lights already in them and everything, I'll just replace both of them for the price of one light. So it'll be pretty easy to do. And you have to take the door panel off. Some vehicles you do, some you don't, but I took my door panel off anyway because I was working on my speakers. And we're going to go ahead and install these. Now, let me go in here real quick and just show you what they kind of look like when they're lit up. I got my 12 volt. Anyway, like I was saying before I got interrupted with a phone call, I got my little 12 volt battery charger hooked up, and we'll go ahead and, I think you can see that there. I won't hit the power to it, and you can see it's kind of cool. And this will keep, hopefully, people from running into me at night and all that. But we're going to go ahead and stick these in. Should be pretty straightforward. The hardest part will just be trying to figure out where to run the wire. And the passenger side has got the little logo, you know. Objects are closer than they appear and all that. And here's the driver's side. And kind of a Euro style lighting mirror, if you will. Pipe. So there we go. We'll go ahead and install them, and it'll be just a nice little upgrade. It'll look a lot nicer, and it'll be cool to have a turn signal in the mirror like the newer cars, because people will pull out in front of you. They're just not paying attention, so the more lights you have on your vehicle, I guess, to warn people that you're going to turn, the better. Okay, let's go ahead and install these. Okay, so off comes our old one, and I'll try to do this with camera in one hand and the mirror in the other. So get the bolt out, little nut I should say, and off comes the mirror. And these are like little 10 millimeters, or kind of small. And like I said, this thing is shot. There's nothing left of it. So now we'll take our new one, it's just down here, which is kind of nice, and we'll go ahead and stick the wire. Try to do this like this. Stick the wire in the hole like this, and put that down here like that, and it should bolt right up once I get my bolts lined up. And there we go. Well, it looks really good already. Look at that. So now I'll go ahead and put the little nuts on there. Alright, we'll go ahead and tighten up the little nuts here. They don't have to be very tight, just enough to hold the mirror on there, snug them good. And there's that one. We'll go out here and look at it outside and see what it looks like from the outside. Alright, and there it is. What a difference, huh? Wow. That's awesome. And you can see the fit is really good. I like that. It's a nice snug fit. And it's flush with the bottom of the panel here, the trim of the door. And this will look even better at night when it's dark and all that. So, so that is on. Now, the only thing you have to do is run the wire any way you want. But you got to remember, you got this guy here. This is a mini transformer. I have a small place in my internal, the panel that goes on the inside of the door here that has a big hump here. I think I could just kind of glue that right there. If I can't, then I'll probably have to take the wire and figure out, well, I'll have to figure out a way to do it. And you will have to do the same thing. You can use the sticky tape they give you, but I'll measure mine and see if this is going to be thick enough. It should be okay here, because when I shut the door, there's a gap right here. It goes up against the door, and there's a big void here in the panel. So let me try that. Then I'll run the wire back in the door, and my plan is, I have this tube here. The only wire that goes in here is the speaker wire, and I'm going to try to fish the wire back in through here and inside, and just hook it up to the fuse box or somewhere. We'll figure this out here in a few minutes, but at least the mirror is on for now. Okie dokie pokies, I figured it out. I got the wire ran here, and I've got my little square box here, which is a power reducer for the mirror lights. Whatever these lights take, they're a very low voltage. It reduces the power down from 12 volts to whatever. I wish I knew what that's called. I know what's called transformer, I guess. Yeah, a mini transformer. It's all together. Now, really, all I have to do is go ahead and hook it up. Now, I was going to go in here and just pop my fuse box off and run the wire back. I was going to take the speaker off, run the wire back in this harness here, and run it back inside so it would look really good and no one would be able to see it, and just run it to my fuse box. But the problem is, on some vehicles, you only have one fuse working the entire turn signal, so there's no way to distinguish left and right. On some newer vehicles, and maybe some of the older vehicles, maybe you have left and right turn signal fuses. It would have been great if I could have just tied this into here, right here, so it's not going to work out. So what I've elected to do is run the wire behind the seal, and I'll get me a couple of little zip ties, and I'll run the wire along this conduit here, which is just the only wire going through the conduit is a speaker wire. And I'll run the wire out to my left and my right turn signal. I have two turn signals out there I can choose from. And other than that, it's pretty much done. Now, this is designed for the neon. This is why they have you glue this little transformer here. If you're doing a different type of vehicle, your transformer may be in a different shape, and the wire may be longer. The transformer might be down here versus up there. But other than that, it's done. I'm going to go ahead and put the panel on and hook everything up, and there's enough room here. If someone takes the door panel off later, they'll see this and they'll go, oops, we got to unhook this, so they don't break it. So that'll be really nice. And you can see how long this wire is and how long that is, and we'll be done. So let me go ahead and put the panel on, and I'll run this wire out there, and we'll tie it into a turn signal. And I am doing this on my cell phone because I have recently discovered just how horrible my home internet is. This video may be 8-9 minutes long, maybe not even that. If I were to upload it on my cell phone, it's like 7 minutes. If I do it on my home internet, which is only 3 megs, it's like 9 hours. It's a joke. And I'm not going to say what internet service I have. Anyway, so there you go. So, all right, enough rambling on. Let's go ahead and hook this up and put the panel on and check these lights out. Okay, guys, everything's hooked up. Got the wires run to the front parking lights over here. Now, on my parking lights, there's 3 different lights. What you need to do if you have a situation like that, you can't figure out which wire runs one, because the 3 wires, one ran a blinker, one ran just the parking lights, and the other one was just a ground. Get you a test light. This will make your life a lot easier, ground it, and you can pull the wires out of the sockets and go in there and test and all that. But here is some of the wires kind of hidden down in there. I'll piggy those up later. Same thing on this side. And here's a look at the mirror on the passenger side. Looks really sweet. This is going to look good at night when I'm using my turn signals. And let's go to the driver's side. And how nice that looks compared to what it used to look like. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the parking lights on here, and here's what it would look like normally, just with the parking lights on. And let me shut my hood real quick. All right, and now we'll go turn the turn signals on here. Get a look at the turn signal. I gotta turn the key on. All right, we'll do the left one first. If I turn the key on, it would work. Okay. And you can see turn signal works on this side. And check this out. Oh yes, how sweet is that? Looks really good. And we'll do the other side, the right side. And looks everything's working. And check that out. Oh yeah. Pretty awesome. Now people won't be running into me and cutting me off when I'm turning my turn signals on. I've had this happen so much in the past. I don't know what people are doing. They're not paying attention. But one other thing here I'll show you real quick is I'll turn the turn signals off. And if I hit the emergency four-way flashers, which is cool, which is pretty cool, they both work. There's the four-way on that one there. It's blinking. And the four-way on that one is also blinking. Pretty cool. And let me give you a look at the front of the car. And you might be able to see the lights on the mirrors. I don't know. It's kind of bright out there. But that's it. It's all finished up. So I just wanted to show you guys. If you're going to put some aftermarket mirrors on your car, they're pretty cheap and they're easy to do. And you just got to kind of follow the directions. And the wiring may get a little hard to do. Just because each car is a little different wiring and everything. So I am happy it's all done. And that's it. And it looks like it's getting dark. And I think we're going to get some rain. So that's why I pulled the car in. So there you go, guys. Happy mirrors on your doors project, I guess, if you're going to do one. Have fun. And I will talk to you then. Until my next project, I will see you then.